Okay, so you gotta set the timer. Okay, guys, thank you everyone for coming. It's really a pleasure to be here, and we got this question about how to deal with controversial issues in the classroom. And then I think, first of all, I would like you to think if we really want to deal with them. I have my opinion, and hopefully by the end of this presentation, you will have your opinion as well, in case you don't have it yet. And this presentation, as you can see here in the PowerPoint, is called Parsnips in ELT. And yeah, in fact, this list of taboo topics the publishers provide their writers in order to avoid offending potential markets. And that means to avoid not making money. Yeah. It does look like a carrot, right? It does look like a carrot, and it really tastes good. You should try it. And as Natalia said in the comments, each letter represents a word. So I'm sorry there are some typos right there, just notice that now. So P is for politics, A is for alcohol, R is for religion, S is for sex, N for narcotics, N is for isms. And here, when I talk about isms, I mean anything that we use this suffix ism to describe that is potentially considered polemical, such as communism or atheism, right? Things that usually people find controversial. And then at last, racism, exactly, racism would also be a good one for ism. Yes, definitely. And pork, and it may sound, the last one may sound a little bit strange, but in some parts of the world, they don't eat pork for religious reasons, so that's why pork is in the list. And so these are our parsnips. This is our list. And so the question is, why are they taboo topics? And well, they're racy, definitely. And sometimes many people feel uncomfortable talking about these issues. And on the other hand, some people are really opinionated about them. And then it may cause tension. It may cause this awkward moment in class. And then sometimes teachers and publishers feel that they should not talk about this. There are different ways to approach this. Some people think that as language teachers, as English teachers, our goal, our job is to teach language, and really to teach only language. We don't really need to talk about things that may make people feel uncomfortable, or things that are going to challenge their beliefs and their views of the world, right? So you may think like that. You may think that you don't want to talk about these issues in your class because you're there to teach language, and that's okay. And to teach language, you can talk about fashion, about the weather, about jobs, occupations, and many other things that people are not going to find offensive or maybe feel comfortable with. But some teachers, and myself included, we think that our goal as a teacher is to provide students with opportunities to make them become critical thinkers. And then I would like to go back to Karen's presentation yesterday, that in case you haven't seen it, please watch the recording, because it was really good about critical thinking and about the choices we make as teachers and how those choices influence and have an impact on people. And so I believe that, yes, we should talk about these things. Why? Why should we talk about these things? Because first, it's authentic. It's authentic language. These are real subject matters. These are things that are important. These are things that people want to talk about. This is part of their lives. it's funny because I've recently discovered Snapchat. And on Snapchat, just like Instagram and many apps nowadays, you have these filters that you can use to enhance your photos or your videos. But the thing is, real life doesn't have a filter. So in real life, we talk about politics, we talk about narcotics, we talk about sex. And so should we put a filter in our classes and live in this world like from the Care Bears or something? No, I don't think we should. I think as a teacher, we should make our students to get out of the comfort zone, to step out of the comfort zone. And then I believe that by doing that, they will grow, their minds will grow sharper, and they'll be able to challenge their beliefs, challenge their opinions. And but the thing is, how should we do that? Because that is really difficult. It is really difficult to change someone's perceptions of reality, to challenge someone's perceptions of right and wrong. And so, in my opinion, how should we do it? I think it is very difficult, Jose. It is extremely difficult and extremely sensitive. We should be extremely sensitive and sensible when dealing with controversial issues. So I think first thing is to educate ourselves. So if there is a topic that you don't feel comfortable enough to talk about in your class, to tackle in your classes, educate yourself first. So if you don't feel comfortable talking about why some people don't eat pork, try to educate yourself first. Read about it. Look for a different perspective on that topic. And then when you feel ready to maybe to deal with confrontation from students, because sometimes discussions get heated up. And when you feel in a position, when you feel comfortable enough that you are in a position to give students multiple perspectives about the same issues and hopefully change their minds and make them like be part of a world that is more welcoming. And I think that's when you should do that, when you are able to look at some issues from a wider perspective. It's also very important to be able to and willing to deconstruct our privileges when we talk about certain topics. For example, I'm a man, so as a man, I sympathize and I know a lot of problems women face nowadays, but I cannot speak for them because I'm not a woman, so I don't know really what it feels like to be a woman and the problems they face every day. So, and I think Rob is there, so how much time do I have?
You're out, buddy, but I'll give you another minute. Go quick.
Please, another minute. Thank you, Rob. So,
yes.
I think it's always good to also to try to anticipate some problems. And then, how should we talk about that? Well, good thing is that maybe the mainstream ELT market doesn't cater to these needs, but there are many good teachers who do and who think about these things and who want to talk about these things. One of them is Phil, that many of you may know. He's also an EFL talker, and he had this great project called Parsnips in ELT, Stepping Out of the Comfort Zone. And currently there are 2 volumes, and here is our team. Rob is there, and Cecilia, who's also here, an EFL talker too, and David, Adam, Catherine, Noreen. It's a really good group of people. And our volume 3 is probably going to be out in April this year. And I really hope you have a look at the book and download the book and give us your opinion, your feedback, your reviews. We really need that. And also feel free to adapt, because we know that it's not a recipe and things don't work for everybody the same. And let us know what you think, really. And I don't have much time, so if you want to get in touch with me, if you want to talk more about that, you have my email there, my Twitter handle, my blog, and also my YouTube channel. with my show Yelty TV that I really hope you enjoy, and I hope Rob doesn't kill me because I ran out of time.
That's